This is Physical Science, Chapter 7, Energy, Lesson number 2. Chapter 7, Energy, Lesson number 2. Alright, so we're going to start talking about different forms of energy. So, the different forms. There are 5. You need to know this for your quiz. There are 5 main forms of energy. That is heat, chemical, electromagnetic, nuclear, and mechanical energy. Let's start by breaking each of those down. Heat energy. Heat energy is the motion of the atoms. It's called heat energy because of the moving particles. They produce heat. Heat is caused by friction. You might remember that from first semester. So when you rub your hands together, they get hotter. That moving is heat energy. Heat energy causes changes in temperature. And if there's enough movement, you can cause things to change state, form, or phase. Chemical energy. Chemical energy is required to bond atoms together. Okay? We get chemical energy when we break atoms apart, and we get chemical energy when we bring them together. When these bonds are broken, or when these bonds are formed, we can get chemical energy. You get chemical energy from the food that you eat as well. Fuel and food are the forms of stored chemical energy. Remember, all of this chemical energy comes from the sun. The original place all this stuff came is from the sun. The sun beamed down, there was photosynthesis that was happening, and those particular plants were buried for millions of years under heat and pressure. It becomes our fossil fuels that we use today. Electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic energy is the energy that we are definitely hooked on. That is the power, that is electricity. Power lines carry these electromagnetic energy into your home in the form of electricity or the movement of electrons. Electromagnetic energy is things like light. Roy G. Biv. Roy G. Biv simply are the colors of the rainbow. But there's more than that. There's a whole bunch of the electromagnetic spectrum that you can't see, like X-rays and radio waves, even microwaves. We use all these things to our own benefit in the electromagnetic spectrum. Nuclear energy. The nucleus of the atom is the source of nuclear energy. In this particular picture, the stuff in the middle is the nucleus. The nucleus has the protons and neutrons. Protons have a positive charge, while neutrons have a negative charge. When we break down that particular nucleus is how we get atomic bombs. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. Nuclear energy. When the nucleus splits, this is called fission. When you divide the nucleus, it's called fission. Nuclear energy is released in the form of heat and light energy. Nuclear energy is also released when the nuclei collide at high speed or fuse. Okay? Fission is when it splits. Fusion is when they join. The sun's energy is produced by fusion. Remember, fusion is when their nuclei are bonding together to form more heavy elements. Hydrogen nuclei form helium nuclei. Nuclear energy is the most concentrated form of energy that we use currently. And that is it for lesson number 2. Once again, Physical Science, Chapter 7, Energy, Lesson number 2.